All right, everyone. So now we are on the final day of training. This should be day 6. I'm going to give you an additional day 7 after this so that you'll have like a full week basically of training. Day 6, this is going to be breaking down your day. Okay? So after you've gauged your day and you've gone home, say it's like 5 or 6 o'clock, maybe you went home early. I wouldn't encourage it, but maybe you went home early. And you got home and you want to break down your day. You can call me and I'll break down your day, or you can just call whoever, any of your, like whoever's mentoring you right now. If you have like another mentor that, some successful business owner that you know that you want to have help you break down your day. So let's say, okay, so you look at your gauges. Let's say your stops, tables, presentations, close, and consolidations, right? Let's say you stopped 40 people. Let's say you tabled 10 of them, you presented to one of them, and you closed none of them. Let's say this was like your first day, because let's be realistic. Your first day, probably first couple days, you're probably not going to be able to close anybody. But I'm not going to lie, my first day, I closed like 3 people when I finally knew about sales. I'm sorry, guys, give me 1 second. All right. So with your gauges, you're gonna want to look at it and be like, dang, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So remember with your 5 steps of the conversation, it might look a little different here, but it's basically the same stuff. So it's basically your intro, your short story, your presentation, your close, your consolidation, right? So let's say you stopped 40 people. So that's really good. That means that your intro is good. You have the captive intro, you have that joke or that compliment you're using, your C factors are good, you're smiling at people, you're energetic, you're waving. So that means that you're doing good. But when it comes to tabling, that means that you're probably not having your qualifying questions down right. So remember, I give you 3 pieces to each of the 5 steps. I gave you 3 in-depth pieces, right? So if you're at your tabling and you can't table people, that means that your qualifying questions aren't good. That means that you have to work on your qualifying questions. Which, remember, your qualifying questions are going to be making sure that you're saving time and not talking to people that aren't worth your time. So, hey, say we're pushing Game-a-thons. My qualifying questions would be, hey, do you like video games? Hey, do you like anime? Well, perfect. You'd really like Game-a-thons Comic-Con. Then you take them. So say you're not tabling these people. Say maybe you're just not asking the right qualifying questions. So if you're pushing your music, be like, hey, do you listen to R&B and hip hop? Oh, perfect. Do you like artists like this and like that? Well, you'd probably like my music. And then you go move on forward. Now, if you're not presenting to anyone, that means that A, you're not doing very well with the product in hand, and B, you're probably not giving them those 3 focus points in the presentation, talking about, the exhibition areas that the vendor set up, that the sponsor set up. Maybe you're not talking about how fun the events are for families and how there's dope music, and also there will be cool live performances and things like that. Or depending on what event you're pushing, like if it's Game-a-thon, there's going to be cool games there. There's going to be games out there doing cool stuff, things like that. And then if you're just not able to close anybody, again, that means that your closing questions are not good. So say you're at the presentation, boom, you're not able to do product in hand right, which product in hand means that you're giving them a flyer and they're holding it, and you're holding it too at the same time, so that y'all can kind of tug of war when you got to take it away from them. Your close, that means that your closing questions aren't right. That means that your closing questions aren't right. That means that you're not actually getting that definite yes or that definite no from them by asking the yes questions and the closing questions. So if you're not able to close, that means, closing questions. And then preemptive striking. Remember, preemptive striking means you're giving them an answer to why you're asking a question. So while you're in the close, hey, so that I make sure that I spell your name right, what's your name for your ticket? Awesome. So that I can send you a receipt today through Eventbrite, what's your email? Also, we're going to send you another receipt through your phone number. What's your phone number? Bam. And you're collecting the information, collecting it. But you're preemptive striking. You're giving them a reason as to why you're asking them. Now, consolidation. If you're not getting any consolidations, that means A, you got to remember it. Because sometimes after you close, you feel so good, you just want to let them go. Because like, oof, it's finally over. But you got to consolidate. And with consolidation, you got to remember, like, are you getting Google reviews? And are you getting social medias? So that's when you're looking at your gauges. Now with your strengths, this is when, like, bro, you want to focus on what you did really good, though. You want to focus on what you did well. Right? So your strengths, you want to look at your numbers again and think about what you did well, man. And you know, so hey, if you're stopping them, that means that your intro is great. And what part about your intro is great? Your C factors. So your C factors, remember, that's your smile, your eye contact, and your energy. So your C factors are good. Also, that means that your short story is good. So that's what you want to focus on. Like, hey, like your short stories and everything is good. But now you want to look at your weaknesses. So again, they'll basically be the same thing up here. So your weaknesses is going to be your qualifying questions. You know, it's also going to be your product in hand. You want to work on products in hand. And you're also going to see, man, you ain't got no closes at all. But that's because you want to raise those presentations. If you do more presentations, you're gonna get more closes. It's a numbers game. It's called a law of averages. The law of averages is basically everybody has a law of average. They know how many people they need to talk to before they get a close. So also, you know, you want to get your closing questions right. Now, networking means you basically take over whatever your weaknesses were and you network with somebody about it. So like with qualifying questions, if you know that somebody is snapping from tables to presentations, you want to ask somebody. So like qualifying questions, you want to talk to this person. Products in hand, you want to talk to this person. Closing questions, you want to talk to this person. So you basically want to see like, all right, who's qualifying a lot of people? Which I know who would qualify a lot of people is Mo, right? So I tell you, hey, go talk to Mo. And then, oh, product in hand, bro, who's doing a great job at product in hand? Be like, oh, well, Falcon's doing a good job at it. So they go ask Falcon. And then who's closing a lot of people, right? Who's been closing a lot of people? We know that, like, in the past, LJ. I forgot how to make a freaking L just now. All right, so LJ, right? So you say, shoot, I know LJ's been closing a lot of people. So I would say if you want to qualify a lot of more people and get a lot more qualifying questions, go talk to Mo about it. And if you want to get product in hand better and do your presentations more, I would say talk to Falcone about it. And if you want to close a lot more people, I would say, man, LJ's closing a lot of people. Go ask him, like, how is he closing a lot of people? How is he finding people to sell his tickets to buy his music, to sponsor the events? Who is, you know, who's LJ talking to? What is he doing? Go talk to those people, and that's how you break down your day. But yeah, guys, this is day 6. Day 7, I'm going to give you a little bit more about form and about law of averages, okay? So I'm going to make sure that I write that down, that day 7 is about form and law of averages. All right, guys? But yeah, man, if you have more questions about this is exactly how you break down your day. You look at your gauges, you take the numbers of the gauges, you figure out what you did, wrong there. Think about what your strengths are, because at the end of the day, you can't be weak at everything. You have something good, some strengths. And if you don't have any strengths in this, and you feel like you don't, try to work at it. And if after day 7 you can't get any better, it's probably not for you, man. Everything is not for everybody. But yeah, that's it. And see you in the next one.